Today we will talk about top 10 fact about puppies. There are more to dogs than what most pet parents think they know. Here are some really fun facts about our canine friends and what makes them even more unique than they already are. Dogs are much more than just couch slumberers and hole diggers. They have some extraordinary capabilities and fascinating physical features. From power sniffing to paw sweating, here are the 10 most amazing facts about dogs. 1. Dogs are as smart as 2-year-old children. Though it may not seem like it when you discover a chewed-up sneaker or watch your pal chasing their tail. Dogs are actually highly intelligent creatures with mental abilities close to those of a 2-year-old child, says canine researcher Dr. Stanley Coren. After conducting a number of studies, Dr. Coren discovered that dogs can understand up to 250 words/gestures, count up to 5. Perform simple calculations, and intentionally deceive dogs and people. Better stay on your toes. 2. Dogs can read our emotions. When a dog looks at your face, they aren't always trying to get your attention or beg for a treat. Sometimes, they are taking in your emotions. This indicates that dogs are looking at the right side of the face, which shows emotions more accurately than the left side. Researchers found that by combining information from different senses, dogs form abstract mental representations of positive and negative emotional states in people. Previous studies have shown that dogs can differentiate between human emotions from signs such as facial expressions. But this is not the same as emotional recognition, according to Dr. Kun Guo, from the University of Lincoln School of Psychology. This is the first empirical experiment that will show dogs can integrate visual and auditory inputs to understand or differentiate human emotion as dog emotion, Kun told Reuters. Experiments were carried out by a team of animal behavior experts and psychologists at the University of Lincoln, UK, and University of Sao Paulo, Brazil. 3. Dogs don't feel guilt. When dogs are caught doing something they shouldn't, they sometimes exhibit what looks like a guilty expression: head lowered, ears back, eyes cheerless. You might think that your dog is demonstrating shame and asking for forgiveness, but animal behaviorists report that dogs aren't capable of feeling guilt. Instead, that guilty look is most likely a response to an owner's angry or upset reaction. Horowitz varied the results in the experiment, sometimes letting the dog eat the treat once the owner was gone, other times removing the treat but telling the owner the dog had eaten it anyway. As she later explained in the Washington Post, the filmed interactions between dogs and owners were revealing. The problem is, the guilty look is not what it seems. A dog may plaster his ears against his head, turn away, wag his tail low between his legs, or just take off when accused of a misdeed. But in research I did where owners confronted dogs both guilty and innocent of eating a forbidden treat, I found one clear result: the look happened most when dogs saw scolding. Questioning or angry owners, whether the dog was guilty or not, the guilty look would be better called the submissive look, as in, don't punish me for whatever it is you think I did. 4. A dog's sense of smell is 10,000 to 100,000 stronger than ours. Everyone knows that dogs have an amazing sense of smell, but were you aware that it's 10,000 to 100,000 times stronger than ours? One dog scientist likened a dog's olfactory ability to being able to detect one rotten apple in 2 million barrels. Dogs are expert sniffers due to the 300 million olfactory receptors in their nose. We have about 6 million, and the part of their brain that is responsible for analyzing smells, it is 40 times greater than ours. 5. Dogs are amazingly diverse. According to a study published in the American Naturalist, dogs are among the most diverse species when it comes to the shape of their skulls. Between different dog breeds, skulls vary as much as they do between entire species. So, for example, the skull of a German Shepherd is as different from a Golden Retriever's as a cat's skull is from a bear's. 6. Different tail wags mean different things. Many pet parents assume that a wagging tail means a happy dog. The truth is that tail wagging is a complex language, and different wags mean different things. In an article for Psychology Today, Dr. Stanley Coren explains that the tail's position, specifically, the height at which it is held, can be considered a sort of emotional meter. Interested to learn the meanings of different wags? Check out our article on decoding dog tail wagging. 7. Dogs can see some colors. It has long been assumed that dogs can only see shades of gray. In reality, dogs can see colors, though the colors are less vivid and fewer than those seen by humans. Psychology Today reports that dogs see the world in mostly yellows, blues, and grays. This explains why your dog might sometimes lose track of their red ball in the grass. In humans, the defect in red-green perception is the most common form of color deficiency. As many as 8% of men and 0.5% of women with Northern European ancestry have red-green color blindness. It is caused by abnormalities in color-detecting molecules, known as cones, In the retina. The retina is a lining at the back of the eye that converts light into electrical impulses. These signals are then conveyed, through the optic nerve, to the brain, where an image is formed. Red-green colorblind people can still discern yellow and blue, but items in red will appear gray or brown to them. 8 dogs dream like humans. Have you ever seen your dog twitching, growling, or running during sleep? According to canine researcher Dr. Stanley Coren, a dog's brain wave patterns during sleep are similar to those of a human, suggesting that dogs dream just like humans do. There is also evidence that they dream about common dog activities, Coren says. One of the most famous of these dream experiments involved lab rats. These rats spent all day running in a maze. Scientists monitored the brain activity of the rats in the maze and compared it to the brain activity of the rats during REM sleep. What they found was that the same areas lit up in the rats' brains, which meant that the rats were likely to be dreaming of the maze. By comparing the data, the researchers could figure out where exactly in the maze the rats had dreamed themselves. 9 dogs can help people with health problems. Dogs can do amazing things for people suffering with health problems. They can be trained to assist the physically, visually, or hearing impaired, provide support for mental disorders like PTSD and anxiety, remind handlers to take their medications, assist autistic people in their day-to-day lives, and detect certain health problems, like low blood sugar levels in diabetics. In some lab studies, dogs have even sniffed out cancer. 10 dogs sweat through their paws. Unlike humans who have sweat glands over most of their bodies, the majority of a dog's sweat glands are located in their paws. A dog who is overheating may leave behind a trail of wet paw prints on the floor or pavement. This is a signal that it's time to help your pal cool down. Even though a dog may sweat through their paws when they are hot, the principal method that dogs use to cool down is panting. Panting allows moisture to evaporate from the tongue and the surface of the lungs. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching my video.